Alright there guys, and welcome back to a brand new video. And today I want to be talking about something that's been bothering me for basically an entire year now. But yet it's taken a full year of it to be going on for me to talk about it. So I'm going to talk about my generation. That's quite a vague statement to just say my generation, but there is two things that I want to talk about mostly, and they are both linked. So the first thing I want to talk about is, why is it in my generation, from anybody or from the age of 16 to 20, right? I'm 18, which isn't directly in the middle of that. Why is it that people between the ages of 16 and 18, mostly for this first one, are getting engaged? Like, you're literally not even you're not even out of your teen years yet, and you're already getting engaged. You think you found the person that you're going to spend the rest of your life with, and yet you probably haven't even got. You're probably still either in school, or you're probably still in school, or probably more, which makes more sense, college. I don't understand it. Like, let me give you an actual true example that I've seen. Okay, there was a girl that went to the first college that I went to. There was a girl there, and she spent that college year dating a guy, right? But once that guy had left, basically when that college year was over, when that college year ended, she dumped him, right? And when the new college year started, so the year that we've just had, so the 18-19 college year, with of course this year being the 19-20 college year. In the 18-19 college year, this girl had met the very first guy she met at her new job, right? The very first guy she met, she started dating him. And also, about the previous one that she was dating, she said that he was now suddenly trying to ruin her life, even though you'd literally just spent the last 9 months saying how much you love and care about him, and now you're saying he's suddenly trying to ruin your life because you dumped him, probably over nothing. Over nothing's massive, right? But this girl and this guy, bearing in mind the girl is actually younger than me, right? She's younger than me, and she basically started dating him the very first day they met, which is something that's becoming very, very more apparent in my generation. People don't get to know each other. People no longer bother trying to get to know each other to see before they see if a relationship could work out between them. That never happens anymore. And when it does happen, it doesn't end up resulting in a relationship. They start dating as soon as they meet, before they even know anything about each other, which makes no sense. But right, that was the 3rd of September 2018 they started dating, right? And they got engaged on the 1st of December 2018. They hadn't even known each other 3 months, and they wanted to spend the rest of their lives together. I'm sorry, but how in 3 months can you feel that way about somebody when you've just spent the last 9 months dating someone else, and you've just thrown them away like they were nothing, and you're suddenly engaged to the very next guy you meet? That doesn't make any sense to me. And it's happening so much more often now. People are getting engaged without even knowing each other for 6 months. Forget they've not been dating for 6 months. They've not even known each other's existed 6 months. And they're suddenly want to spend the rest of their lives together. Nowadays, the people who are single, like me, don't want that. And some of you guys probably think the same. Will probably think the same way. Why would anyone want to get engaged after knowing the person they're dating for such a little amount of time? Like, I would never ever consider getting engaged to anybody unless I've been that early. 1 year, dating for 1 full year is the minimum amount of time I would date someone before proposing them and asking me to marry them. I would never propose and I would never even want to get engaged any time in less than 1 full year. But there are people who are literally doing it in less than 3 months after meeting. And I don't know why this bothers me, but it just does. And it's been bothering me since September of last year, as the example I've just given you is when it happened. And then we've got the people that are slightly older, like in their mid-20s. One of my cousins got engaged in September last year, right? And he met and he started dating his now fiance exactly 1 year ago, before they got engaged. So people in their mid-20s still use the logical thing, 1 year minimum before getting engaged. And yet we have people who are like anywhere between the ages of 16 and 18 getting engaged when they've not even known each other half a year. They've known each other a quarter of a year. That is it. Now the second of the two things, I might even think of a third one while I'm explaining the second one, but the second one, right, is pregnancy. Why are so many people getting pregnant at the ages of 17 and 18? It's like, you have your whole life ahead of you to do that. But no, you'll do it when you haven't even graduated college yet. Literally adding more stress onto yourself for no good reason. Now, don't get me wrong, of course, giving birth and having a child probably is an amazing thing. Of course, I can't tell you from experience since I don't have one. But my goddamn parents' generation, my mom was 28 when she gave birth to me. 28. That's 10 years older than what people are getting pregnant at nowadays in my generation. And this is how most of these pregnancies usually end up. We have the girl is dating a guy that she's never liked as much. She's never liked anyone as much as she likes this guy, the guy she's currently dating. Bearing in mind, this example, these two didn't even get engaged. Right? And the guy left the girl for one of his exes, right? And then the girl said, "Well, if you're gonna leave me for your ex, then, well, F you and not, basically." And then that guy's ex ended up dumping him. So he came crawling back to the other girl. Oh, and she stupidly gave him a second chance, right? But not only that, she continuously gave him chance after chance after chance. It's like, you give someone a chance, they could mess up. Okay, everyone makes mistakes. But if you messing up twice, that should be it. That should be it. Especially at that age, that should be it. Why are you giving why would you give someone more than 2 chances to constantly keep screwing your life over, screwing you over for no good reason, right? So then these two of course had sex, and they created a baby, and the girl, who at the time was 17, she wasn't even an adult yet, and she was pregnant. Not even 18 years old, and she's already pregnant. And then, once she became pregnant, the guy straight up just left her. Left her completely, and just did not care about her, and they never once got back together since, right? That was a year ago. That happened in September. And this girl gave birth to her child in June of this year, right? But I can tell you one thing that I can tell you this. I bet the father of that child and the father's family were not present at the child's birth. I bet I'm right about that. The father of this child didn't even witness the birth. So he's now a dad to a child that he never to a woman that he doesn't even associate with. So this girl is a single mother. And it's not like she was with but it's not even like she was with she was dating the father of the child when she gave birth. He'd already left her before that. So she's always been a single mother ever since she gave birth. Which means her family now have to put in extra effort for this child because the father of the child and his family aren't interested in it, despite the father is the goddamn reason why that baby was created in the first place. I don't understand why people in my generation do this. Why are you getting pregnant at 17 or 18 years of age? It's almost become a trend. It feels like it is a trend for my generation. It really does. Getting engaged or becoming pregnant at the ages of 16 to 18 is like a trend. Getting engaged and getting pregnant used to be hugely emotional and massive parts of someone's life. Now it's become it's a complete joke, and it's a trend because pretty much everyone is seeming to do it, and I don't understand why anyone would want to do this. I would never want to be engaged this young, and I'd also never want to make somebody pregnant at this age. You can't, like, the girl luckily is supported by her family. She can't support the baby herself financially, but her family can. So she's fortunate she's fortunate for that one. Her dad and brother can help raise that child with her, while the father of the child is nowhere to be seen with it. He might. I bet the father of the child hasn't even seen it. as in he may have seen it on photos, but actually gone to see the baby in person. I bet he has never once done that. The baby is currently 3 months old right now, that baby, and I bet the father hasn't gone to see it once. And that's another thing, second chances. It seems that a second chance can be as many chances as possible, because in that example that I just gave you, the girl gave the guy chance after chance after chance. It's like she wanted this to happen, but then, like, I get it. If you want to get engaged or pregnant at that age, it's your choice, it's your life, and it's your choice. But if you're choosing to do that, don't come crying to everyone else. If that child, when you get engaged, you end up breaking up. You go from being engaged to be married to not even dating anymore. Or if one of the parents of a child that doesn't pay any attention to it, or even want to go and see it, you chose to create that child. You could have just stopped giving him second chances, but no, you kept doing it over and over and over. And it's like people who have been in relationships for like 3 years now, who are still not engaged. The two of them both know no one else will ever want to date them now. Because those two have been together so long, literally nobody else would ever want to go out with them. So they're kind of stuck together, whether they like it or not. And it's like, Ash is the worst culprit that I know in terms of giving a second chance. When she gave David the opportunity to become friends with her again after some horrible stuff he's done to her. Stuff that he has not done, horrible stuff that he has not done to anyone else. He's gone out with just her. She treated him better than any girlfriend he's ever had, and he treated her worse than any girlfriend he's ever had. But yet, she is so easily manipulated that all David had to do was to say sorry to her once, and she just forgot all about it. Gave him a second chance. It's stuff like that. Why do people give out second chances so easily? And then if the horrible thing that happened the first time happens the second time, and then they wonder why nobody else cares or feel sympathy for them when it happens the second time. It's because we told you the first time this happened, don't associate with that person ever again. Just kick toxic people out of your life. Don't let them try and crawl their way back into their life, because if they manage to even get a tiny bit back into your life, you will end up being manipulated by them, and they'll be coming all the way back into your life like they did the first time and try to ruin it all over again. So yeah, whatever happened to people getting to know, starting to go out and date, and just whatever happened to getting to know each other before you start dating, rather than start dating first and then get to know each other? Well, I've kind of already answered that question in this video, because the people that actually do try to get to know each other before they start dating doesn't even actually end up resulting in a relationship. I tried to get to know Ash better before even thinking of asking her out, and then I didn't even bother doing it because, well, she backstabbed me with becoming friends with David again. But of course I won't talk about that anymore, because I will be saving that for my end of year video, my 2019 year in review video. that will of course be uploaded December 31st, and it'll be my final video of 2019. So stay tuned for the next 3.5 months, as who knows what else could happen. But yeah, my generation is weird. People get engaged at such young ages. People get pregnant at such young ages now. At least my generation isn't getting people pregnant who's underage, because that's illegal. So at least my generation isn't doing that, even if some of them have tried it. Even if some of them have tried it, at least it hasn't always worked. Nobody's loyal anymore. People leave just because they feel like it. Anyway, that is going to be the end of the video. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed. If you have, please be sure to leave a like. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. We're trying to hit 60 subscribers, and yet we still haven't been able to do it, despite starting 2019 on 56 subscribers. So if just one of you watching this video who is not subscribed to the channel, if you would consider subscribing, that would be awesome. It would be great to finally hit 60 subscribers. But follow me on all my social medias, and until next time guys, catch you later.